Children often evoke unease in various circumstances, making any tale involving them, such as that of the black-eyed children, particularly attention-grabbing. In the late 1990s, Brian Bethel, a journalist residing in Abilene, Texas, found himself confronted with an encounter that would linger in his memory indefinitely. While stationed near a local movie theater in his vehicle, Bethel was approached by two children who knocked on his window. Strangely, an overwhelming sense of fear overcame him without clear cause. Despite his apprehension, he engaged with the children, who requested a lift to their residence to retrieve funds for the cinema. Despite their persistence, Bethel remained cautious. Upon a second glance, Bethel was startled to observe that the children's eyes had turned an ominous shade of black. They insisted on entry to his vehicle but could only do so with his explicit invitation. Bethel promptly departed the scene. As a journalist, Bethel shared his experience, prompting similar testimonies from others who had encountered comparable phenomena.
One of the most enduring urban myths of all time is the Chupacabra. Although its origins trace back to Puerto Rico, sightings of the creature or creatures have been reported in Texas over the years. In Cuero, Texas, a farmer faced a peculiar problem. A mysterious creature was preying on her chickens. After a series of attacks, the farmer stumbled upon a strange cadaver that resembled a dog. It had unique features, a mix of canine and coyote traits, almost no fur, grayish-blue skin, and a long snout. Notably, its two prominent incisors hinted at a diet of blood, a characteristic commonly associated with the legendary Chupacabra.
In El Paso, Texas, there's a tale that creeps out many of the inhabitants, the legend of La Llorona, or the Crier. She's a terrifying figure, part banshee, part horse, haunting the banks of the Rio Grande. La Llorona's story is a tragic one. As the legend goes, she committed an unspeakable act. She drowned her own children in the river to win the affection of a wealthy suitor. Now she roams endlessly, searching for her lost children. There are different versions of how she met her end. Some say she couldn't bear the guilt and ended her own life in the river. Others claim she was punished by an enraged crowd who submerged her in the waters as punishment for her deeds. Even today, some claim to have glimpsed La Llorona walking the riverbanks at night, her haunting figure clad in a blood-stained gown with a horse's head.
Urban legends often stem from tragic events, and one such story revolves around Arlington's Screaming Bridge. Back in 1961, a car carrying teenage girls met a tragic end as it plunged off the side of the bridge, which had been ravaged by fire. Legend has it that if you visit the bridge at night and listen closely, you might just hear the anguished screams of those girls echoing through the air. Despite roads leading to the bridge being blocked off nowadays, many still venture there on foot in hopes of catching a glimpse, or rather, a chilling sound, of that haunting night. You know when grown-ups tell you not to take candy from strangers? Well, there's a reason for that, and it's the lesson from the Candy Lady story. Way back at the start of the 20th century, in a quiet Texas county, kids began vanishing without a trace. According to the legend, it was all because of the Candy Lady. This mysterious figure would leave sweets on children's windowsills at night. At first, it seemed harmless, but then the candies came with notes, inviting the kids to play outside. But once they went out, they never came back. Things got even spookier with reports of strange finds, like a dad discovering a rotten tooth in a candy wrapper, or a little boy found dead in a ditch stuffed with candy. Even today, if a kid disappears, folks point fingers at the Candy Lady.
In Texas, there's a cautionary tale that warns would-be horse thieves to beware. It dates back to 1848, when a Mexican outlaw named Vidal stole horses from a Texas ranger named Creed Taylor. Enraged, Taylor set out in pursuit, enlisting the help of another ranger named Bigfoot Wallace. They eventually caught up with Vidal, and Wallace swiftly dealt with him, decapitating him and affixing his headless body to a wild Mustang's saddle. The head was placed in a sombrero and attached to the saddle as well. Then, they released the Mustang to roam the countryside, striking fear into anyone who crossed its path. To this day, sightings persist of the headless horseman known as El Muerto, haunting the Texas plains under the cover of night. In Texas, it's wise to stay indoors once night falls. Out there lurks a creature known as the Lechuza, a shape-shifting witch straight out of nightmares. Legend has it that Lechuzas are women who've made a dark pact with the devil, trading their souls for powerful magic. Under the cover of darkness, these women transform into monstrous hybrids with bird bodies and human faces. They take to the skies, scouring the night for prey. When they spot a victim they desire, they perch at a distance and emit eerie whistles or baby cries. Those who venture out to investigate these strange sounds are swiftly snatched up by the witch, never to return.
On Halloween night in 1975, a dashing young man stepped into the El Camaroncito nightclub, forever altering the atmosphere of San Antonio. According to the tale, this man was an absolute sensation on the dance floor. His moves were mesmerizing, captivating everyone around him. As the night progressed, he partnered up with a fortunate lady who, in a moment of curiosity, glanced down at his feet. To her horror, she discovered that his feet had transformed into long, clawed chicken's feet, or in some versions, goat hooves. The revelation shocked everyone in the nightclub. The creature, believed by many to be the devil himself, swiftly fled to the bathroom, disappearing in a puff of smoke and leaving behind a strong smell of sulfur. This spine-chilling encounter has left an indelible mark on the memory of those present that fateful Halloween night.
In Arlington, there's a secluded path, now overgrown with trees and bushes, with a chilling history. It's said that this trail leads to a site where a significant number of Union soldiers met their untimely end, facing execution. The grim scene was marked by a massive iron gate looming before them. This place earned the name Hell's Gate due to the horrors witnessed by those soldiers. Legend has it that if you dare to walk this trail, you may still hear the echoes of the cries of those who perished at that very spot.
I hope you found these stories as chilling and unsettling as I did. It's a stark reminder that sometimes reality can be stranger and more frightening than fiction. If you enjoyed these tales of suspense, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more spine-chilling content. This is your host, Nicholas Black. Until next time.